Do you feel that Suge Knight set him up?
That's a really good question. It's a very interesting question also. That whole thing with Suge Knight and the whole situation concerning Tupac and Suge Knight was completely different, because I couldn't understand how anyone would sit in a car with someone that they would put a hit on and trust that they wouldn't get shot when bullets was flying all through their car. Who am I going to trust to sit next to me, or trust to fire into my car if I would have set it up, would be another police officer, someone that is well trained with using a weapon. FBI released a 349-page document saying that in their findings that Suge Knight and Reggie Wright orchestrated and put a hit on both of them, Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur. That was the FBI's findings after they released their findings and decided to close the case on that murder investigation for them too. Now, that's what they wanted to do. The FBI did that. And the only reason why they can't bring anyone to trial is because they had 17 informants, and all of them said no, they wouldn't testify. I believe that someone out of Death Row's camp knows who set up Tupac's hit, is what I believe.
Based on your rock uncovering and where you were leading and things you were seeing, do you believe that Suge had something to do with that?
Less point my finger to yes than no, and that being because we interviewed witnesses and people that testified on camera in my documentaries, that Suge Knight and Tupac had a vicious fight in New York at the MTV Awards. And Tupac told one of the bodyguards, after he was finished with a video shoot, they were walking him to the airplane, he told this bodyguard, who's a real good friend of mine to this day, he said, "I'm a dead man walking." And he said, "Pac, why would you say something like that?" He said, "Because I don't want to go to Vegas, and I got a bad feeling about it."
When did you become aware that Suge Knight had this reputation of using force or intimidation?
Well, I mean, you know, I don't really want to I can't get into that.
Then got scared and said, "Wow, do you know, I got it. I know you want to get out of jail, but now when he leaves, the question is how he's going to leave. He's either going to leave quietly. It's all going to be good. Sugar's going to be cool with it. If Suge's not cool with it, it's going to be a problem because he's going. He's going to leave. It doesn't matter whether it's quietly or a problem. And I know Tupac is going to make it a problem if that person try to hold him once he fulfills his obligation, because he's going to fulfill his obligation. So I was really taken aback by it because I was a little afraid of Tupac, how he was going to maneuver himself through that deal, how he was going to end that deal, because I knew he was going to end it. This was just a means. He had to get out of jail, and he wanted his mom to have a house, and he would do those 3 albums. And after those 3 albums were done, the house is paid for. What is he going to do? Because he had other ambitions.
Sure.
He had other ambitions. He wanted to do movies. He had gotten a taste of that. He loved acting. He wanted to do a lot of producing. He wanted to step back and produce the Outlaws. He wanted to put them out there. He didn't want to do the rap forever. That deal that he made with Suge, with Death Row, was just for him, from what he was saying, was just for him to finish that off. And then he wanted to do movies. The June of '06, when we were in his house.
No, I think, well, I do have a theory, not a real popular one, but I think that a lot of artists, especially artists, young African Americans coming up from the street, we're not looking at the bigger picture, and we're not taking it serious as we should. When you get to a point where you're making millions of dollars and you have lots of exposure, you have to be very, very careful about the company you keep. So when the media plays into it, or when the media gets involved, they're only concerned with what's going to sell the story. Some guys had a fight in Vegas? No. Tupac? Oh, okay. Some guys that were with Tupac had a fight. That's what sells it. And I think entertainers and athletes, and especially young rappers, we need to start looking at the bigger picture and understand that this is a big business, this is our life, this is our livelihood, And we are responsible for the images that go out there, and our entourage, we have to be responsible for who we're going to travel with also.